seen or heard of. Sounded crazy to me too. But there may be a pattern here. Trail of breadcrumbs that leads to a great criminal mind.
Crumb. Crumb.
Trail of breadcrumbs that leads to a great criminal mind.
That's ridiculous.
Today I plan to get in touch with Zapruder, that's the moderator's nom de plume.
Plume. Plume.
That's the moderator's nom de plume.
As far as I can tell, and she was murdered.
Your contract to work as Sherlock's sober companion expired a week ago. And if
Expire. Expire.
expired a week ago. And if it may not be forever, but it does sound indefinite. In the meantime, you're not being paid.
I'm not living paycheck to paycheck.
Nor
Paycheck. Paycheck.
I'm not living paycheck to paycheck.
nor
Captain Gregson suspended him from the NYPD. That relationship stabilizes him. I just need to reopen that line of communication between them.
Reopen. Reopen.
I just need to reopen that line of communication between them. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
His real name is Len Pontecorvo. He didn't rise to my bait earlier.
Bait. Bait.
He didn't rise to my bait earlier.
And you couldn't take him to the movies or something?
I tried.
Would you have preferred we left Mr. Pontecorvo to rot?
Rot. Rot.
Would you have preferred we left Mr. Pontecorvo to rot?
Options, do you think?
Good lost weight.
Or he could have been strangled by a much larger man and hung on the machine like a Christmas ornament.
Ornament. Ornament.
And hung on the machine like a Christmas ornament. Also, and hung on the machine like a Christmas ornament. Also, notice the index finger on his right hand. It appears to be fractured just above the fingernail.
Fracture. Fracture.
Appears to be fractured just above the fingernail. Hard.
Oh, are you taking Clyde?
He will starve if we leave him here.
Starve. Starve.
He will starve if we leave him here.
Oh, just to smash it to pieces?
Turned it off. I can't have it in the house. Don't know who's on the other end of that thing.
Vi. Vi.
Don't know who's on the other end of that thing.
You're just gonna find 5 classified names.
Why not? It's my day off.
And how does the head of lettuce fit in?
Lettuce. Lettuce.
And how does the head of lettuce fit in?
Early onset Alzheimer's. By all accounts, his mind deteriorated in a
Deteriorate. Deteriorate.
By all accounts, his mind deteriorated in a matter of weeks. Curiously, no one in his family has a history of the disease.
Curiously. Curiously.
Curiously, no one in his family has a history of the disease. You may be able to mimic its symptoms. Alzheimer's patients, they don't have seizures.
Seizure. Seizure.
Alzheimer's patients, they don't have seizures.
And yet, we had a department and a city before you got here. You talk your way into that interrogation room again, and
Interrogation. Interrogation.
to that interrogation room again, and I...
You chose some abysmal racket. I choose static. I find it conducive to thought.
Static is not a song. It doesn't end.
Static. Static.
Static is not a song. It doesn't end.
Whoever left it there won't want to risk someone finding it. The place was in the hands of the police until an hour ago, so they couldn't fetch their thing.
Fetch. Fetch.
Till an hour ago, so they couldn't fetch their thing.
Allowances?
It's true I have wronged Captain Gregson. It was the cost of revenge, and I incurred it willingly.
Willingly. Willingly.
It was the cost of revenge, and I incurred it willingly. I
just walked into this office was surveilling Len Pontecorvo.
Bob? His sister works here. They're going,
Bob. Bob.
Bob? His sister works here. They're going,
I would like you to know that I know who they are. Vina Mater, professor of anthropology,
Anthropology. Anthropology.
Professor of Anthropology, Professor of Anthropology, an expert in Middle Eastern cultures. Solomon Zeichner, probability and statistics guru.
Statistic. Statistic.
Probability and statistics guru.
He was poisoned with domoic acid. Gregson wants to hear everything you know.
Happy to oblige.
Oblige. Oblige.
Happy to oblige.
We should talk, but I'm not going first.
We took an oath, Sheldon.
Oath. Oath.
We took an oath, Sheldon.
Which leads me to believe that he was Yossarian, their liaison during the exercise.
Liaison. Liaison.
Their liaison during the exercise.
No cabbie is going to stop if you blow a whistle at them.
Cabs have been hailed this way for decades because this is the most efficient way to hail a cab.
Hail. Hail.
Because this is the most efficient way to hail a cab.
There isn't much we can do quickly these days. She has a limb onset ALS.
Onset. Onset.
She has a limb onset ALS. Yeah, he bought some land out in New Jersey. He built a bunker there.
Bunker. Bunker.
He built a bunker there.
What are these aquamarine fibers on his shirt?
Oh, yeah, the killer draped a blanket over.
Drape. Drape.
Oh, yeah, the killer draped a blanket over.
What are these aquamarine fibers on his shirt?
Oh, yeah, the killer draped a blanket over McConaughey's face and torso.
Torso. Torso.
Over McConaughey's face and torso.
It's not something one typically walks away from.
Doesn't sound like he plans to go anywhere. Our negotiator called the room phone.
Negotiator. Negotiator.
Our negotiator called the room phone.
I have no idea what this is about, but I already told the police what I want. Bring me Vina and Frost.
Frost. Frost.
Bring me Vina and Frost.
I think we both know that you won't do that. Just as we both know, the only person presently in that room that you intend to harm.
Presently. Presently.
Presently in that room that you intend to harm. Man is dead or stripped of their memory. That can never happen. The math's really quite straightforward.
Straightforward. Straightforward.
The math's really quite straightforward.
Woke up one morning and told me she felt this twitching in her hand.
Twitch. Twitch.
Twitching in her hand. Told me she felt this twitching in her hand. You know much about the progression of ALS?
Progression. Progression.
You know much about the progression of ALS? 2 years in, all I can do is try to keep her from getting bed sores.
Sore. Sore.
Try to keep her from getting bed sores. So you figured out my plan. Congratulations. And thank you for helping me enact it. When I only had one policeman in here, I had no leverage.
Leverage. Leverage.
When I only had one policeman in here, I had no leverage.
I regret that circumstances caused me to endanger our relationship. It was
In danger. In danger.
to endanger our relationship. It was for you to keep me from my work.
Who the hell are you?
I beg your pardon?
Pardon. Pardon.
I beg your pardon?